morning, everybody. Good morning, my fellow colleagues. Guys, always looking sharp. I must commend you.
Thank you.
Yes, always looking so great.
Thank you.
And with a good spirit, too.
Thank you.
So, like that, Kafo is trilling us this morning about NC.
Then you can say it.
Old experience. Because of some people that are harassing us behind this
morning.
We will not allow harassment.
Yeah.
Yes. Not from federal government, not from anybody.
Not from anybody.
That's why Labour say they want to expel Obi.
Well.
Yeah. Do you think they can do that?
Well, let's see how it goes. There are procedures and there's hierarchy in the party. They say party supreme. If they are within the party constitution, they can do that. But, being a member of a political party is self-evolution. Obi can also decide to walk away.
Do you think the Labour, because the way Arabambi said it, it looks as if Obi is playing a double standard game with the two political parties. Obi has not said he's a member of the coalition. Coalition is not a political party. ADC is a political party.
Certainly.
He has not told us he has joined ADC, but he said he's a member of the coalition. Now, if you compare what Obi is doing and what Wike has been doing in PDP, I mean, they are nothing comparable. And the way Arabambi is looking as if Obi is the focal point of Labour. I mean, there are other people from Labour too. The vice presidential candidate for Labour Party too was there. They've not spoken about him because he said he's still in Labour. And Obi also has not said he's no longer in Labour.
Yeah, looking at it legally, Labour Party will have to abide by their constitution, whatever it says. At the end of the day, when you think somebody is acting outside what a Labour Party member should, do, you can convey a disciplinary committee, and they will look at it as, permitted in their constitution. And at the end of the day, if they look at that and they think, this person has acted, those are anti-party activities. Anti-party activities can be blood. If you are doing a birthday party, you are from PDP, I am from APC, for example, and I attend your birthday party. I mean, are they going to say it's anti-party? We were all Nigerians before we became PDP, ADC, SDP, and the likes. Okay? So it is of the disciplinary committee to determine. But conveying NEC, I don't even know why they need NEC
to do that.
So even Obi is not a party official. He's just a Labour Party member. His NEC meetings are just where those party officials are replaced and things like that. I don't know. I have to go and probably, acquaint myself in detail. I've read the Labour Party constitution very well, but maybe acquaint myself in more detail to see if they really need NEC, to probably expel a member of a party. Even at the ward level, so some of those things can be done if they think there is a true action to be taken against him. Now, but so far, Obi has not said he's an ADC member. All these are all, let me tell you, the summary of all these politics is simply to shut Obi down.
Do you think that they are using a big stick to kill a small fly in this particular matter? Definitely, Obi is a big factor, whether they like it, because he also said Obi didn't make Labour, that Labour made Obi. He made that statement that Obi didn't make. The thinking is that Labour is where it is today because Obi stepped into Labour. Well, there's no denial of that fact if you're looking at all evidence before you. But he's saying that Labour made Obi. They gave him the platform to fly. But in this matter, this case is not a case that you should take so hard. Don't you think it's too hard on this matter? Talking about expellation of Obi from Labour.
You see, that's what makes it interesting. They have, the man said that Obi do not make Labour. Obi is just a party member.
Yes.
Like rightly said, Obi is not member of NEC. I don't think he's a member of NEC by their constitution.
Yeah.
He's not a party official. He was a former presidential candidate. He's not a life presidential candidate of Labour. So why the buha? Why all these stories of conveying NEC and all that? Like they pointed out, In every organization, when they are laid down rules, if those rules are broken, God gave us 2 ears to hear from both sides.
Yeah.
There's room for fair hearing. You set up a committee to hear why the man acted the way it acted. And if the man come to explain himself satisfactorily to the committee, the issue died there. But if it's otherwise, the committee make recommendation and the organization act on it. Right. So in this case, like Obi had not said that he had left Labour. For instance, El-Rufai is a member of SDP. He's a member of the coalition. SDP had not come to say that they are expelling El-Rufai or whatever. Obi had not done more than what even in PDP, former governor of let's talk
even Tamboa.
No, let's resist ourselves to the coalition. Yes. The former governor of the Jigawa state.
Okay.
Lamido. He said, I am with the coalition, but I remain a PDP member. Tamboa is in the coalition. He remains a PDP senator in the National Assembly. So why the case of Obi so important? It shows to you that Obi is Labour Party is Obi. And once Obi leaves Labour Party, they can't even expel Obi because they know what the ripple effect on their party. All they are trying to do, like I said, they are trying to gag Obi to see that Obi do not have a platform to run for 2027 election. Don't forget that, the Labour Party officials have been accused over and over that they've been sold out, and this is manifesting in
their action.
Yes.
Let's look at it in a more broader way. We've never had things like this in our democracy. We've never had this gagging or trying to kill opposition. We've never. At least I'm old enough to know that, especially in this dispensation, we've not had it. But this one, how long can we survive this? Problem in this party, problem in that party, problem in this party. I mean, the trail after Obi, no opposition should stand. Democracy has been snuffed out.
I've said this several times that we choose democracy as our style of governance, okay, as our governance structure for the entire nation. Nobody forced it on us. As a matter of fact, we had the military.
Yes.
That we fought vehemently, against. We fought so hard to get to where we are today. I remember my nephew during NSAS, calling me that day that they were protesting that we are Benu Daka generation. I laughed. Benu Daka, that is like we don't talk.
Yeah, I know.
So that we don't. I laughed. I say you are protesting under democracy. You are calling yourself a warrior. We protested against
military rule.
We protested against military, blocking a port road in Lagos.
Military administrators?
Blocking a port road in Lagos and all that. Burning fire, jumping into Mafoluku, jumping into Ajawa State and doing all that. Which we don't recommend today. That we did all that. But you didn't know. But when we got to democracy, we decided to be patient. We decided to watch it grow. There were errors. There were significant progress from Obasanjo. We started building institutions, loan forgiveness. We started comparing our economy to other economy. We were not able to do that before because we didn't have comparable indexes. That why we have been very patient with this democracy is to watch it grow because we fought so hard for it. Not that we are Benudaka, not that we don't know how to protest. What people are doing today is a child's play. You only did the since you were born.
No,
so that you people didn't know what happened. So, and at the end of the day, you realize that our problem is that we didn't understand the democracy we asked for. We don't know the meaning. Look at this Arabambi coming out to talk now. So he has become together with Abure, all for the purpose of expelling Obi. Because they have been at loggerheads. He is with the Apapa camp. Do you understand? Arabambi is in the Apapa camp, whereas Abure is in their own, in some form. Now they want to. What if Obi decides to take side with the Nenade and say, Arabambi and Co, they are the wrong fashion, and I'm not even listening to them. You see, let what brings us together be more than what separates us when it comes to democracy. Even loss in democracy is part of victory in democracy.
Now, let's also, because you see, we are looking at this thing in a holistic manner. We are not just looking at it in a narrow way. Now, we've always seen accomplice with anti-democratic principles. During the military, we had them. We had civilians that served in the military. In fact, during June 12th, after Abacha took over, a lot of people came into the government that they were shouting that the mandate was stolen at first. Now the same thing. We have accomplices with people that are trying to muffle democracy in Nigeria. How come these people are always there? And what should we do? And these people have also formed political parties to which they operate by, which now looks as if it's a democrat. I mean, democracy is everybody can talk, the freedom to talk. They can talk now. What can be done? We don't have much time.
You see, like he said, the question we need to ask ourselves, do we understand the tenets of democracy? Do we understand the word democracy? You know, those who are the players today, are they Democrats? Or they are Democrat by accident? You know, Arabambi is, you can see that the venom in him coming out is anti-democrat. You know, you see that it's an instrument, it's somebody's hand being used to stiff out life from Labour Party, because all Arabambi is trying to do is to make sure the life in Labour Party is taken away from Labour Party. And what is that life? It's Peter Obi. Once Peter Obi is removed from Labour Party, that's the end of Labour Party. And that's what the ruling party want. And Arabambi has made itself available to do that. Like he rightly said, Arabambi and Apapa were the people who fought Abure vehemently when Abure was in the same line with Peter Obi in the 2023 presidential election. What has changed? He prided himself as former national publicity secretary. He no longer need that office just to achieve his aim that there's no life in Labour Party. Once Obi is removed from Labour Party, he's satisfied. But what they fail to realize is that, you know, they are only helping Obi to go to a better place. But again, like he said, we have three factions of Labour Party, whether you like it or not. We have the Nanade-led Labour Party, we have the Abure and the Apapa. The Abure and Apapa can decide to come together. But that does not take the fact away that there is another faction of Labour Party, which is headed by Nanadi Usman. Now, the Supreme Court has said that the issue of parties is an eternal affair. Don't forget that Abure name is in the INEC portal today by court order, not by the constitution of the Labour Party.
Not by Congress.
Not by Congress. So those are issues. Whether the court like it or not, they will still have to adjudicate on those matters. If you said your name can only come into the portal by Congress, and somebody's name is there by court order, then you should remove the person there from the portal, so that we know that party does not have a party official. So none of them has the right whatsoever to expel Peter Obi from Labour Party, except Peter Obi choose to leave Labour Party as it is today. So whatever they want to do, whether they want to call NEC or another, who is writing to NEC? Is it the person who is there illegally? So let's wait.
Okay, for in your closing remarks.
No.
I want to give you something to look at, as much as you say what you want to say. Now, we're eschewing Obi and Labour Party. Yeah. This thing also cuts across all other political parties right now. Is it sustainable?
Well, you see, the issue of being sustainable depends on our internal capacities. You know, Nigerians are very resilient people. Yes. You know, the other day they were just throwing jab at Amechi by saying they will do everything to you people don't react. Because we are resilient people, we are tough people, we are unique people all over the world who have strength to continue. Even when people think we are tired, we think we are just starting. Yeah. I think in some form, if Nigerians come together and decide that this style of governance we have chosen, democracy, that we are ready to go with it, fine. Or we go Obasanjo's way, that we want to domesticate it to be in our own way. Like you go to other countries, yeah, they practice democracy, but it might not be a presidential system. They practice democracy. It might not be a parliamentary system. They practice democracy. You know, they have their own way, something that suits them. If you go to a place like China, they have style of governance. It's called communism. That communism, you don't come into the party. One man is not equal to one vote. Because to belong to a communist party, you must be trained. You, the best, the elite, well-educated, well-refined, with the knowledge to manage economy, with the knowledge to manage resources, are those that will be recruited into the party, even though that is the only party. So their elites are the wisest. Their elites are the ones with the most knowledge. So we have to come and look at ourselves. what is best for us. It's not by conducting shenanigan national convention, we'll eat rice and chicken and we'll go home again. We have to ask ourselves questions. What works for us?
All right. I wish.
And to add to what he has said,
yes.
Supreme Court can't tell us to go back to our constitution to do whatever we want to do about the party. And you have someone at INEC portal being made chairman of the party and the national secretary of the party, boldly written by court order. That in itself is inconsistent. It's inconsistent with the Supreme Court judgment that it is a party that has to determine what happens to them.
Okay, I wish it was a voting arena where we could
have time.
This year would have stretched this for a long time, because, like I said, just one party were straying to show what's happening in every other striving political party.
But that said, we will still continue to recognize Abure because INEC is the one that regulates them.
Yes.
Why calling them out to explain to us why Abure is there by court order?
Yeah. All right, but today we are going to have Aisha Yusuf on this set on voting arena, and all that, and some of these things maybe we'll bring them to bear and we'll talk about them. But before then, we'll be right back.